Hey guys, Rob here. In this video, I'm going to talk about Nuke T side in the first video of my new series where we're just going to talk about maps. And we're going to talk about how I look at a T side of a map and what kind of my approach to that is. And how, as an IGL, you want to set up and lay out your strats on these maps to try to bait the other team into doing something that you want them to do and to have a really well balanced T side. Which we'll kind of get into here. So starting off on Nuke, we really like to focus outside. It's something that we really like to do. So we're going to see on our pistol round here that we're going to run an outside take where we smoke off mini and we're just going to pug our way outside. And we're going to see that this is going to turn into basically just, an A hit. We end up heaven, and we're going to really set the tone for the beginning of this game where we're going to say that we're going to pressure outside, we're going to fight them outside, and that there's not really anything they can do about it. And we're then going to use that to sell other rounds and other kinds of fakes and things off of that kind of concept, right? So I like to kind of latch onto a core concept for my T side, and then we can do other things off of how we think they'll interpret that. Coming into round 2 here, they're going to go for a lobby crunch. We're going to call and run the same thing just to not show them anything new in case it was like just a default, which is, sometimes possible from these rounds. But we're understanding that, more than likely round 2 on Nuke, people are going to call the lobby crunch. So we're just going to send one guy inner here. Penguin's going to be inner. He likes to do this to just take the fights. He's only going to find one, which really isn't a problem here because we understand, okay, they're all lobby. We have the information. We can now just split onto the A-bomb site and we can clean up this round. And eventually the kills are going to come in. And we're going to find the last one. Round 3 now is where we're going to start really the core of what we're going to try to do. We're going to run outside smokes here. So we're going to see that all these smokes land outside, and we're also going to get an idea of what their reaction is. On this round, we can see that they don't really, they don't really have much utility. It's possible with the current meta that they do have a lot of utility, or like some, right? They've bought in. So this is a pretty good, safe strat. Whether you're trying to pressure outside or not, I think like round 3, this is a pretty safe thing to run just because they probably don't have the utility to like molly behind the red box or to molly the back halls and have a guy drop quickly. Here we're going to see them have just pistols, and we're going to see also that one of them is going to swing or try to swing through that smoke, which is something that's becoming quite common to try to counter against this. But, also noticing that there are no flashes yet from this team. Over to flash him in to have him fight us, but we do now understand that that's something in their playbook. That's something that they like to do. And now as we come down towards B, I think we'll eventually clean up this round, and the kills will come in. It almost got away from us here, but we do find the kills on B. Retaking B can be very difficult, especially in this kind of crossfire that we set up. And so now we move into round 4, where we're going to really get into like the depth of what I'm trying to do here. We're going to start this with a little bit of outside pressure. We like to call this smoke right here close. It really opens up and makes a lot of chaos in this general area for the CTs, where a player can kind of lurk around the smoke. You can kind of like walk through it a little bit. You can walk to the red box and stay there and hold secret. You can do a lot of things to be kind of like this annoying lurk outside and make someone have to sit there and watch them. So we can see their setup right now is they're playing heavy mini with one outside and then one on A and one on B. So they've already started to adjust to have, a setup that's kind of trying to counter our outside hold. But we're going to show them a new setup here. And if we go to Knack here, we can see him find the first kill. And eventually he's going to find the second kill here on the guy swinging. We like to have him nade open this door, and I think this is a really great fight for the op. You can see him now find 2 kills there. Because this is people that are going to peek into him are really just going to lose that duel. And he can play that angle for a long time on many different rounds when we're trying to do many different things. So I think it's a really great spot to send your op if you don't want to have them fight outside and take the direct duel with the op outside, which, I think while fine, isn't necessarily going to put your opper necessarily in a way where he can find a lot of kills, right? Looking for to fight the secondary op at ramp or this guy mini can lead to you opening up the bomb site in the upper bomb site a lot quicker, which we're going to see here. We're going to open up the upper bomb site from those 2 kills. We're going to eventually throw just a little tiny execute, keeping it really simple. We just have a mini smoke and a top hut smoke, and we're out onto the bomb site, planting the bomb, win the after plant, get rid of the last gun, move on to round 5. Round 5 here, we see them on another save. So we're going to just go into a general default here with 2 people outside. We're going to see that already they're kind of upset that we're fighting outside so much. We're going to see 3 people come here and nade stack outside. It's going to be a really brawly chaos round here, as I think Penguins is going to drop, or no, he's going to come from outside mini. He's just going to walk out of the A-bomb site. And really, like, you know, this is just kind of how these rounds sometimes go. But the general plan here is that we have 3 inner, 2 outside, and we're just waiting for whatever they come with. Because once again in this round, it's kind of difficult right now to understand, okay, are they going to force into this? Are they going to armor pistol like they did? Or are they going to armor in like M4 and try to play it slow? So when you know that the rounds are kind of weird on Nuke here, and other maps, this is a really good call to make, just to be generally spread out with buddies and with people together. And once again, we're showing them this close smoke out here. And we end up winning this round. So now we're going to come into round 6. And we're going to run outside smokes again. I understand they're on a buy now, right? They have full utility. We've run a couple more things inner. So we're back. The CTs are back to not playing heavy outside. We're just to a normal setup, right? I haven't run heavy outside here since round 3. So in round 4, we saw like, you know, we just saw like a heavy mini, and then round 5 we saw heavy outside. We haven't really gone outside, so now I know, okay, we're probably okay to run outside, and we do our next variant of this strat. We're sending 4 people down, but we have our opper once again holding this angle where he's going to nade open that door and he's going to lock down mini. Noah is going to get a little bit too aggressive for what I would like him to do here, and he is going to eventually get picked off, which is really going to make us concede this round, which is kind of a bummer. The other thing is that I believe, I may be wrong, we get picked off through the smoke, 1 person, and then we make it down, we lose the fight on the ramp player that's dropped here. So this round is going to kind of fall apart, but the concept, at least, I don't think it's necessarily the wrong call. But we're just going to lose a couple aim duels, and we lose our opper. His job is really to cover the vent so that we understand that we can just run out and we can fight towards the ramp players here. But we can see they run 3 ramp, so we don't necessarily find that kill. But we lose round 6, but that's okay. So we're going to roll into round 7 now. I understand that they now like really kind of have a better grasp on what we're doing outside, so we're just going to kind of leave it alone generally here. We're going to go into inner, and we're going to set up an upper take. So we're going to start this by faking towards ramp here, something we haven't done, and we're going to see the reaction by the CTs. We're going to see one player, the ramp player, drop, and then we're also going to see the vent player here drop down the vent. Actually, we do draw 2, and if we could have heard this would have been the perfect time for us to go out. But we don't. And so now we kind of are chilling in this bit, and we are setting up this upper take, which is going to work out here in our favor. And, you know, the upper take, once again, I don't think these really need to be super difficult. We like to throw this smoke here that lands on top of the silos to block off heaven for when we come out a door, and then this smoke mini as well. And we focus trying to get to this wall. If you get along this wall, it makes the fight with the guy up here a lot easier. So you can see we're able to do that, and we're able to get out onto the bomb site and take the bomb site. Sadly, we're going to actually lose a 1v3, which was just really miscommunication more than anything. But that's okay. So now we're rolling into round 8. In round 8, I've now shown outside over and over and over and over again. And we've shown that, you know, in like round 7 here, I've shown inner. Round 6, I showed outside. So I've done it quite a few times. So now I'm thinking that fast ramp is probably something that's pretty safe for us to do here. and that they're like low money because they only had one person stay alive. So I'm anticipating this guy probably doesn't have a Molotov here at ramp to be able to stop us. And we can even see that we could have run an upper take as well, as they only had one molly to afford. And we're going to see the adjustment here by them is to run outside. So we can see that there's an outside push once again, but this time we're not there. And we're going to get right down ramp. We're going to get one kill, and we're going to get down ramp and into the post plant, and we're going to win the post plant. And pretty much just be down before they even know what's happened. So really, once again, the concept here is just that because I understand the utility that they have, and that more than likely this ramp player doesn't have the money to buy a Molotov, and he only has a smoke here. He actually does have a Molotov, but he doesn't use it. That's interesting. But that's the idea behind this, and that we've run outside a lot. So I'm anticipating there's probably going to be some kind of a fight outside where they're like, literally stop, please, going outside. So we're going to go down to B, and we're going to take B. Round 9 now. We know that this is an anti-eco. And this, I think, was probably like the worst call that I made on this half. We do still win the round, but it was pretty sketchy. And I really probably should have just called our default in lobby and just held in lobby heavy, because they run like 5 outside and it becomes just a massive brawl that we could have lost. And, these players are already like too aggressive fighting because they could have died from these nades that get thrown in. Luckily, we're able to win the aim duels and just get the trades. But once again, I don't think this was probably the best call that I could have run here. And instead, just holding in lobby and just waiting and seeing and listening what they do can be really good on Nuke, especially like a round like this. Coming around 10 now, I believe we're going to run fast A. So this is something that we had drawn up this week and that we hadn't run yet on them. So, and once again, this was a round where I was thinking they were probably kind of low on money, which they are like generally low on money. We can see there's a FAMAS and stuff, but they still do get their Molotovs down early. Oh wait, yes, right here around 10, which is going to kind of they have rifles and stuff. I was looking at the wrong round. So we're going to run our fast A, and it's pretty much just going to get shut down here. I think this was more our execution than necessarily a bad call. You can see that like the smoke, there isn't a smoke here to put out this Molotov, which there should be, and that we generally just get picked apart by all the different players on the CTs. So once again, this is, we lose this round, but that is what it is. I don't think the fast A, running the fast A is really like, I think it's kind of like a gut call, I guess. It's if you think they're going to run like a heavy ramp or a heavy outside, and that they're low on utility and can't necessarily throw these 2 Molotovs, then it's a pretty good call. But if the Molotovs are there, it can be kind of difficult to make it out and win those fights. Rolling into round 11 now, we're going to come back to our outside smokes, but we're only going to send 1 down. So this is me kind of like rolling back to what we were doing before. And so I'm sending 4 into the lobby, or 3 into the lobby and 1 up top to hold for the a swing here. He's not actually going to catch him, I don't think. And I'm going to do, so outside here, I'm going to change as the lurk. I can hear this flash that comes over. We can see it pop right here, which is going to tell the lurk out here that there is probably someone like swinging. So I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to swing through this close smoke and find the kill. And then my job is really just to stay alive outside here. In that meantime, I believe there is quite a duel going on here towards ramp, which we're going to lose. I think this is just, you can see the devil gets caught off here as he gets the call from ramp right as this guy drops and pushes. So he's going to look at that, and he's going to turn around, and he's going to get shot in the back, which is kind of a bummer. So we should have won those trades inside. But once again, this is generally just like a slow play round. This would be kind of what you call a default, where we're going to fake like the outside stuff. And our goal here is that if I'm able to make it down secret, then we can late hit ramp. because we know that that ramp guy's dropped. But because it didn't happen, it really just becomes a default. And Miles going to win the 1v3 for us, which is pretty clutch. Rolling into round number 12 here, we're just going to go into a default again. I think really at this point in the game, especially when, you know, money like this round they could have forced, but they didn't. We're going to see that, like, you're going to want to just call defaults quite a bit to get kind of like an understanding of what's going on in this round and then what your end game is. So we're going to see early on, one push ramp. We understand they have pistols, and we're going to get two guys just come out ramp, and we're going to hold ramp. And we're going to see that eventually we're just going to wrap the A-bomb site. So these guys are going to wrap all the way around hell. They're going to come up on, and this is just all mid-round calling right here. This is not like planned out at the beginning of the round or anything. This is just, you know, us communicating, reading what's going on, and figuring out where our best course of action is to go. And we're just going to clean that round up pretty thoroughly. Round number 13, we're just going to do the same thing. So once again, rifles, at this point in the half, they've seen a lot of our strats, and I'm anticipating that there's going to be some kind of a pressure from on one side of the map. Here early, we're going to see that they run the double ramp with one guy going to secret quickly. So if we would have run like outside smokes here, could have been kind of sketchy, as, you know, we could have been like picked apart by this guy that was quickly down there. So this is, you know, their play that they came up with. Once we find this, once this information comes in, I'm going to call, I believe, for a ramp hit here, as this would be like the, this is normally like the help, right? Normally there's a guy here or here, and he's like the rotate over to help. So we're going to call for a ramp hit, which I don't think is going to work out for us, as they already have, this probably should have been a ramp to A, but instead we ran ramp to B. You can see that eventually we try to make it up to A, but it's just not going to work out. So once again, understand the rotates here. This was probably a miscue by us, where once we said, okay, let's go ramp, and we find this kill, if we look at where the rest of the CTs are, they're all going to tier drop vent, because they have the info that everyone's ramp. And so we're going to see everyone except for this player here be down on the B site, thinking that this is a ramp to B, which is why a quick ramp kill to A there could be even like double backing and going through lobby and to the A site could be good in that situation. Round 14 now, though, we're going to kind of run like our ace strat, the strat that you know is going to work and plays off of everything that you've done so far. And this is going to be kind of like a callback to our pistol round, where we're going to throw a mini smoke and a warehouse smoke here and deny information outside. Make it look like it's an outside play. They're actually going to run, once again, they're going to run one of these counter plays I've talked about, where they're going to run 2 ramp, which we're going to get really lucky on the timing with this, and they're not going to catch us. But we can see that the idea behind this is to jump this mini player. So we're gonna see Penguins here running up top, and he's gonna jump down and find the kill onto the mini player, and then we're splitting onto this A site where 2 people are gonna come out hut, and I believe Devil is going to lock it down. Oh, yeah, we're gonna lock this down. So, you know, that round is really just initially the idea, the concept is that we're like making the you would want the like the heaven guy, he's getting smoked off and he's stuck. This guy may think that it's a B and he might try to dive down the vent, while the mini player is stuck holding A, and he's going to get jumped as people start coming out of the door here. He's going to be looking this way. Oh, that's a terrible arrow. And then our guy's going to jump him. So, yeah, that's kind of the idea behind that strategy. And then round 15, we're just going to run fast ramp again. This is, you know, I think, once again, these kinds of plays are really great in the right scenario. We know that they're on a force buy. You know, we know that... did they save anyone last round? No, they didn't. So we don't really necessarily like know a bunch about their economy. They also ran 2B last round, so maybe they don't run ramp last round, so maybe they don't run it again. But that, I think, really on like a low economy, getting everyone together and just booking it down can be really good. The key is that we understand when to run these things and how not to like, this could be the part of the map that you abuse on Nuke is ramp. You could say we're gonna just book it out ramp, but then we're just gonna like chill ramp and then like work our way back somewhere else. Just like we pressure long, your team could pressure ramp a bunch. And we'll do that in some games if we read that the ramp player is like a weakness. But yeah, so picking this ramp, after we've gone outside so much, can be really good. And so yeah, that's pretty much our T half. I hope that kind of helps you guys understand how I think about it and how I think about this idea of like chaining rounds and what to call, and what I put into the strat book and when we pull those things out. And when you just kind of call a default, we want to chill, and what rounds we want to run a set strategy to try to counter them. So thanks for watching. Sorry it's been kind of a long video, but I hope this helps you guys call your T sides on Nuke.